Hello everyone, how are you all? Hope you're all well. I think I'm going to have to take away something from this screen. Okay, Sam, today we're going to be talking about a couple who might as well be Asian. Okay, today we're going to be talking about Nicola Sturgeon and her husband Peter Murrell. Now, they're both in a bit of bother. They are both politicians, kind of like Benazir Bhutto and Asif Zardari were back in the day. And not only are they politicians, it's like they're in trouble for fraud. So kind of like Benazir Bhutto and Asif Zardari in the day. What do you think of all of this that's happening in Scotland?
It's a big scandal, and it's such a shame that she's left the party in such a bad way.
She's left in somewhat of a disgrace. So she has left in somewhat of a disgrace, but we didn't know it was a disgrace. Okay, let me bring you up to date with Scottish financial affairs. We'll be talking about other affairs later because we do lack a bit of scandal. Okay, so what happened between 2017 and 2020, the SNP raised £670,000 for independence. That's nearly £500,000. Samina, what do you think of that?
That's quite a mission, that. I mean, to get people to put their hands in their pockets at a time when the cost of living crisis is on, that must have been quite a main feat. Yeah.
Okay, so between 2017 and 2020, the Scottish National Party, they raised 617,000 for independence, and in 2019 they had £97,000 left. What do you think of that?
Somebody's not got their accounts intact, have they?
Somebody's got their hands in the till. Now, it is very easy to say it was Peter Murrell because Peter Murrell, he is the head of the Scottish National Party. So just to bring you up to date with who's who, Nicola Sturgeon was, up until a few weeks ago, she resigned. Her timing was quite convenient. She resigned a few weeks ago, and Peter Murrell, he was in charge of the party. So you had one who was the first minister, who was the prime minister of Scotland, who is married to the person who is in charge of the political party. Now, there's been somebody's had their hands in the till. Now, in 2020, Peter Murrell, he gave the Scottish Party £103,000. What are your thoughts on that?
He tried to rescue the party from financial ruin, and obviously we don't know where his money's come from. Is it from earnings? I mean,
what's the salary of someone who's in charge? I mean, I know for a fact civil servants, they aren't mega paid, so we don't know how much money Peter Murrell was on, but we know he was able to magically make £103,000 a year. Now, we're not going to talk too much about the political side because I don't think we know enough about Scottish politics. Now, Smina, let's talk about husbands and wives. Do wives always know about their husbands' financial dealings?
No, not at all. A lot of men keep it secret. They don't want their wives to know. Should probably go out and buy some handbags. That's their thought anyway, even though they wouldn't.
But Nicola Sturgeon, I mean, I get that a lot of men, I get what a lot of men are probably thinking, especially in our Asian cultures, and I totally respect this, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, etc. I totally get, like say, for example, when somebody is working, they're probably putting some money away. But, that is money that they work for, that is money they earned. Because, in our Asian culture, a lot of men will put money away and send it back home, for whatever reason.
Family, yeah.
But the money that went missing, so between 2000 and 2020, there was £670,000 that the Scottish National Party had to vote for independence. In 2019, there was only £97,000. Do you think they are like the Scottish Benazir Bhutto or Asif Zardari?
They seem like it, yeah. They're very influential people, both of them.
Do you think it's at all possible Nicola Sturgeon knew what was going on? She was the Scottish First Minister.
She'll have known, yeah, of course she knew. She'll have known what was going on. But I don't know, for some reason they're forensically checking the house, top to bottom. I just feel like...
Are they burying the money?
They found something.
Are there what bodies? I mean, you joke about it. What bodies are there in the garden? Have they... wherever the missing money is, look, if the Scottish Party is all for Scotland, but you know what, at the end of the day, wherever something is personal, look, in the name of politics, look, my heritage is Pakistani, and a lot of Pakistani politics, they'll be like, oh, mulk nus gurus ataro, mulk swaro, and in the name of Pakistan, as you know, they're playing on people's patriotism, and you know, the Scottish people, they are no different to us Pakistanis. You know, we are fiercely patriotic, and we want Pakistan to grow, and the Scottish people, they are fiercely
sometimes you have to divide the country to make it successful, and I don't blame the Scottish people for wanting independence. I think it's a good thing.
Well, if the Scottish were to become independent, you know, they take all their oil and their gas because they've got the North Sea, the Shetland Isles. So maybe we don't want Scotland to be independent because, you know, energy, cost of living crisis is going to badly impact us. I mean, you know, if Scotland was to go independent, it's going to affect England. Where are we going to get our taxes from? It's not in England's interest at all for Scotland to go independent.
That's why they've not passed that bill. Apparently, they're not allowed to do another referendum either. So the Scottish Parliament are not in a position to do another referendum.
Now, what happened is, as you were aware, when the election happened, the royal family, we will be talking about the royal family because why not? They get enough taxes, we can talk about them. So the royal family, the Queen, on the eve of the election, the Queen cannot interfere in politics at all. The Queen cannot interfere. But David Cameron made a phone call and said, look, say something. The Queen said, I can't say anything because it's the Constitution. But the Queen did say, look, when you vote, do think before you vote. Do think. So she was appealing she was pulling the heartstrings of the Scottish people. Now, since then, we of course have had Brexit, and I know that as Scottish people, they're not happy. I mean, myself personally, I've got no room to speak. I did not vote when Brexit was going on because I thought, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So I didn't vote because I didn't know which way to vote. I could see the benefit of both sides of the argument.
But it's happened now, so we can't really change that. But what we can do is, I think, if Scotland wants to be independent, they should be allowed to be independent. They are more for the humanitarian, they are more for Palestine and for Ireland.
Diversity.
And for diversity. And I feel like they are more...
But the issue isn't here. Okay, the money that was raised, they managed to raise £670,000. That's a lot of money, in my personal opinion. I mean, I know that King Charles's coronation is costing £100 million. So for King Charles, that might seem like nothing. But to me, £670,000 is a lot, especially when in 2019 there's only 97. So $500,000's gone missing. That's a lot of money to go missing. So the financial affairs of Scotland isn't good.
Do give us your thoughts and let us know what you think.
Do give us your thoughts, and we will be talking about
part 2 later.
So what are your thoughts? I mean, you know, I personally am shocked by this.